From the Wuji position, feet shoulder hip distance apart. Nice gentle bend in the knees. Tucking in the pelvis, has lifted by a silk thread. Good straight body posture in this direction. Good straight body posture in this direction. We're going to breathe from the belly, okay? Inhale the arms up. And exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Doing what your body's able to do. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Fingertips up, push out on the palms. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Giving a big hug. Inhale the arms up. Keep inhaling as you open the arms up. Exhale. Keep exhaling as you float the hands down. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, nice and slow. And exhale. Arms in the diagonals next. Inhale to the heart. Left up, right down. Exhale. Inhale to the heart. Keep the upper body nice and straight. Right up, left down. Exhale. Inhale to the heart. Keep looking straight ahead. Don't look at that upper hand. Exhale. Keep looking straight ahead. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Flap the arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in. And long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good shoulder mobility. Lastly, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. And then long, slow breath out. Slower is better. Inhale and exhale. Smiling is good too. Inhale and exhale. There you go. That's our deep breathing exercises. Everyone good so far? All right. Let me get a drink of water. Make sure you are staying hydrated. It is not, we're not in the heat advisory or anything like that, but it is summer in St. Louis. So make sure you stay hydrated. Okay. Awesome. Any Cardinal fans in the room? Several. All right. So this weekend, when the Cardinals play Atlanta, my nephew is on the field being an umpire. So just do I know? Yeah. Who said that? He is actually, if the rotation holds, because he was in Cincy last night and did home plate. So if the rotation holds, he will be on Friday, he'll be behind second base. On Saturday, he'll be behind first base. And on Sunday, he'll be behind home. So as long as the rotation holds. So if you look for number 55, the umpires are noted by the numbers on the sleeve. So he's number 55. His name's Brennan Miller because he's my brother's son. So anyway, so it's cool to have him in St. Louis. I'll be down at the games enjoying the game. So, and I think I get to visit him afterwards, get to go to the umpire's locker room and visit him afterwards, which is cool. So yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, so yes, you can yell at the umpire. I would not recommend it though. Yes, exactly. You're out of here. So, all right, moving along. We're going to do our warm up exercises from the Wuji position, floating the hands up, shoulder height. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then we sink the chin down to the chest without leaning forward. Again, we float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Keep looking straight ahead. Don't look down. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then we sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, floating the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Keep looking straight ahead. Don't look down. Hands come out, chin gently floats up. And then we sink the chin down to the chest. Beautiful. One thing to remember on that exercise, it's really important. So like if you look at this from the side, it's really important as you tuck the chin in that you keep looking straight ahead. You keep your chin level. You're not trying to drop your chin and then tuck it in. You keep your chin level and then tuck it in. You're going to feel a lot more stretch in the back of your neck. This is really important for people with Parkinson's disease. A lot of times we start getting a head forward posture and we want to correct that head forward posture. That's a really good way to correct it. Okay. A really good way to check on that, by the way, walls. Every house has them, right? Thank you. All right. So put your heels against the wall, put your bottom against the wall, put your shoulders against the wall. And what you like is to be able to put your head against the wall so you're nice and straight. A lot of times what happens is people will do this to put their head against the wall. That's not loosening up your back when you do that. But that's a really good way to check your posture. Okay? All right. So moving along, next neck exercise, prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Watching the left hand going over the left shoulder, turning the neck, feeling the stretch, looking left, pushing down on the right. And then we come back to center. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. Try and keep that hand below the shoulder. And we come back to center. Right hand is on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down on the right. Try and keep that hand below the level of the shoulder. And then we come back to center. Left hand is on top, watching the right hand going over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And we come back to center. Right hand is on top, left hand, left shoulder. Keep that upper body nice and straight. Make sure that you're not leaning. And then we come back to center. I'm not here. Tai Chi ball, left hand's on top. I'm still not here. Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down on the left. And then we come back to center, come back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Awesome. So there's one thing that might help you there. So as I'm bringing my hand to your side, try and keep your hand below the level of your shoulder. One of two things can happen. As you bring the hand up, you bring more stress into your shoulder. We have enough stress in our lives, so don't do that. The other thing that happens is you start leaning back as you bring the hand up. Again, you don't want to do that. You want to keep your body nice and straight, all right? Posture is so very important for our balance, all right? And this is a nice relaxing exercise, so don't bring stress in, all right? All right, all right? Thank you very much. All right, forward shoulder circles next. Bringing the shoulders back and then up, then forward without leaning forward and down. Good job. Shoulders back and up, forward and down. One more time. Back, up, forward and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward and then up, then back and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Keep looking straight ahead. Don't look down at the ground. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Awesome. All right. That's our first shoulder exercise. Next shoulder exercise, gathering chi. We're going to gently reach for infinity. Imagine someone is very gently pulling on your wrist. All right. Gently reaching out, reaching up. Feel the body open and expand, and then relax the hands down, nice and slow. Again, gently reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down. One more time, gently reaching out, reaching up, and relax the hands down. Beautiful. So, a word about slowness. One of the unique things about Tai Chi is it's done slow. I could teach a country line dance, and that may be fun if you like country music. It might be fun, but that's not going to help you as much. Tai Chi, one of the big benefits of Tai Chi is that you're doing it slow. So if you're ending the exercise and I'm not done yet, might mean that you need to slow down, okay? One of the best things to help you is slowing down, okay? And as we get older, no, I'm not saying anybody is old, but as we get older, slowing down, especially if you have Parkinson's, can be very, very helpful for you, okay? All right. So we are going to touch heaven and earth, lifting that head by the silk thread, feeling the stretch in the spine, all right? So prayer hand position, left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine, and come back to center. Keep that upper body nice and straight. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, gently floating the head towards the ceiling, stretching the spine. Coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And come back to center. Relax the hands down for just a moment. Primary thing on this exercise is that stretching of the spine. our spinal cord is all kinds of discs stacked on top of one another. So you're kind of just gently opening those discs when you do this. But one of the secondary things that helps really well is we learning this hand position. So the arm is curved. My hand is over the top of my head, but this arm is nice and curved. All right. Number one, this is relaxing. So many people want to try and reach for the ceiling. Again, you bring stress into your shoulder. Don't do that. But this is a really good tool to have, if you will, in your muscle memory. All right. This is a good way to protect the head. Right. Somebody's trying to strike me from this side, I can protect my head this way. Striking me from the other side, I can protect my head that way. Really good thing to do. Also, we're trying to teach you not to fall, but if you fall, this is a really good way to protect your head. So it's a good thing to have in your muscle memory to protect your head when you fall, if you fall. Okay? All right. So with that in mind, literally, prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine, protecting the head. And coming back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. Hands rounded around the head. Back to center. We're going to try that one more time. Left hand up, right hand down. Think about the position of your upper hand. And back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And we come back to center. Back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Awesome. Good job. Next lower spine exercise. Try and keep your hips square to the front. I'm going to turn my navel from the left side to the right side without turning my hips. Okay? Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Think about your elbow should be just below the shoulder, okay? Gently turning to the left. Not turning the hips, just turning the upper body. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. Nice gentle turn. Don't turn too far, don't over rotate. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turning to the left. Try to not turn the hips, just turn the upper body. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Tell you what, turn the ball over, come back to prayer hands, relax the hands down. I want you to try something one time. So have a seat in your chair for just a second. So when we sit Tai Chi style, we sit up on the edge of the chair. So don't lean back, use the back of the chair, sit up on the edge of the chair. So we're going to try that very same exercise now, but we're going to try it seated from the chair, okay? It should feel the same in the chair as it does when you're standing up. If it feels different, it means you're rotating your hips, all right? Because you can't rotate your hips now because you're sitting on them, right? So from the prayer hand position, Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Gently turn to the left. Does it feel different? Yeah. Turning the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, coming back to center. Relax the hands down. All right, so we're going to practice one more thing while we're here. So if you're sitting like I am, and everybody, if you're sitting like this, it doesn't work. If you're sitting like this, and I know that's not how your mother taught some of you to sit, but in this case, you want to sit that way. When you sit this way, as I turn my navel to the left or to the right, that ball actually stays in between my knees. So I'm not doing this where I'm twisting myself. I'm doing this where I'm rotating the upper body, okay? What we're trying to do is keep this imaginary ball in line with our navel, all right? So I've been doing this for a little while now, so I can turn about this far, but you notice the ball is still in between my knees. I'm not bringing the ball way over here. So don't rotate quite as much, so the ball should stay in between your knees. There you go. Awesome. One thing you can do to check yourself is as I turn to the left, that lower hand, if I bring it into my body, it should be right under my navel. And as I move to the right, again, as I bring that hand in, it should be right under the navel. Okay? What you're doing is we have a place called our Dantian, which is in the Chinese world of medicine, is where our qi, our energy is stored in our Dantian. So if it confuses you to think of two things, just think of the Dantian and the navel as the same thing. It's not really, but it's darn close. It's within like an inch and a half of the navel. So as I turn, the Chinese say Tai Chi is rooted in the feet, it's governed in the Dantian, and it's expressed in the hands. And that's exactly the way you want to learn it. You want to learn where the feet are first, then learn governing of it, right? A good governor for a car, it's a good thing, especially if you have a teenage son, and then express it in the hands. Okay? So let's try it one more time. Prayer hand position, Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top, and gently turn to the left. Think about where your hands are. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and then gently turn to the right. That looks very nice. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, coming back to center, and relax the hands down. That looks very nice. Now, go ahead and stand back up for a moment, because you want to do the same thing, but now standing. But now you're not moving those hips, all right? So, prayer hand position, Tai Chi ball, left hand's on top, and gently turn to the left. Don't over rotate. Don't rotate those hips. It should feel the same way standing as it does sitting. And then we turn the ball over, right hand's on top, gently turn to the right. And then we turn the ball over, we come back to center, relax the hands down. Awesome. Okay, was that good? Awesome. No, seriously, was that helpful? So, I don't want to be up here just yapping my gums. It doesn't seem that way sometimes, I know. All right, so let's do one other exercise while we are standing. I'm going to adjust your chairs for just a moment so they're a little bit closer to your side, okay? Just want to make sure you're staying safe. You're fine. Thank you. All right, so we're going to do a leg strengthening and balance exercise next, okay? Keep the knee bent, keep the body straight, okay? So start out in the Wuji position. Don't be afraid to use your chair. Weight shifts to the left. Bend in the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Keeping all the weight on the left, use your chair. Tapping the right toe to the front, empty. Keep the body nice and straight. And back to the cat stance. All the weight's on the left. Bend in the left knee. Tapping right toe to the side, empty. Keep all your weight left. And cat stance. And right now your left leg is barking, right? And tap the right toe behind us. Plenty of space between the feet. Good job. And cat stance. And then back to Wuji. Isn't that fun? It is difficult to do. Exactly. But it's teaching your body to balance, and it's strengthening your legs to help you balance simultaneously. So that exercise is actually, if you go to Tai Chi with Craig Miller, it's a YouTube channel, but you can Google Tai Chi with Craig Miller and it'll take you to that YouTube channel. That exercise is on that YouTube video. So you could do that exercise. Think of how much benefit it would be if you did that exercise every day. Think of where you'd be in a month. Think of where you'd be in 2 months, right? All right, so same thing, other side, okay? Sorry about that. Weight shift to the right, bend in the right knee, left foot, cat stance. Use that chair, stay safe. Tap the left toe to the front, empty, keeping all the weight on the right. Use your chair. Cat stance. Tap the left toe to the side, keeping all the weight right. And cat stance. And then the fun one, tapping the left toe behind us. Keep plenty of space between the feet. Good job. Good dance move. And cat stance. And then back to Wu Ji. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Just want to do that the rest of the hour? All right. Shake your legs loose. Get a drink of water real fast. Have a seat. We're going to do some seated exercises. There's a reason I do that exercise before we sit down, because we give your legs a little bit of a break, right? All right. We're getting up and down so much today, it feels like a Catholic Mass, doesn't it? I was born and raised Catholic. I can say that. Yep. All right. So, all right. You're doing all right, Jagan? Yep. All right. Beautiful. Okay. There was something. Oh, hang on. I got to make sure got to make sure I get it right. Hang on one second. Might as well do the dad jokes now. I told you about the well. If I ask, see, because I just did a Catholic joke. If I ask a Catholic sister to work for me as a manager, does that make her none of my business? It's like my mom always told me, you might not be the dumbest guy in the world, but you better hope he doesn't die. And then finally, imagine this. You're riding a horse at full speed. There's a giraffe next to you and a lion is chasing you. What do you do? Get your drunk booty off the carousel. There's your dad jokes. See, you heard them twice and you're still laughing. All right, so when we sit Tai Chi style, as we discussed before, you sit up on the edge of the chair, try not to use the back of the chair, feet flat on the floor, rocked forward on the pelvis, head is lifted by the silk thread. So we're not sitting like this, but we're sitting like this. All right, this strengthens your core muscles. All right, we're going to do a hip exercise. You're going to keep your knee directly above your ankles. So not this, not this, not this, but this. Okay, so turn to the right hand side of your chair. Starting out in the prayer hand positions, concentrate on your feet first, all right? Pushing against the imaginary right wall, we open up the left leg and feel that stretch. Keep the knee directly above the ankle and come back to center. Again, pushing against the imaginary right wall, opening up the left leg, feel that stretch and come back to center. One more time, push against the right wall, opening up the left leg. Feel that nice stretch. And we come back to center, back to prayer hands. Relax the hands down. Now shift to the left hand side of the chair. I'm going to do the same thing, other side. So, prayer hand position. Gently push against the imaginary left wall, opening up the right leg. Feel that stretch. And back to center. Make sure you're keeping your upper body nice and straight so when I'm not leaning as I do this, all right? Pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Feel that nice stretch. And we come back to center. One more time, pushing against the left wall, opening up the right leg. Feel that nice stretch in your hip. And we come back to center. And relax the hands down, turn back to center and shake those legs loose. Good job. Next exercise for our hips. We're going to do two motions with the leg. We're going to lift the leg up and push the leg down. Try and keep your body nice and straight when you do this. One of two things happen. People will lift their leg up and lean back. You don't want to do that. Second, sometimes you'll do a crunch when they do it. Don't want to do that either. It will help if you think you lift your head while you're lifting your knee. So it looks more like this, and you try and lift that knee a little higher each time. Don't force anything, but that's going to help strengthen up your core muscles, which is really, really important. Okay. Pushing down on that foot, keep the body straight. Your natural inclination is to lean forward to give you a little bit more leverage, but you want to work these muscles so you're pushing down on that foot. Okay? Thank you. Man, I'm going to have to pay you at the end of this, aren't I? Starting out with the left leg, lift the left leg up, hands are behind us, back and body stay straight and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lifting the left leg up, hands are behind us. Keep the back and the body straight. Good job. Relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. One more time. Lift the left leg up, hands are behind us. Hold this position for a half an hour. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Right leg, same thing. Lift the right leg up. Hands are behind us. Keep the back straight. Lift that knee as high as you're able to. And relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lifting the right leg up. Hands are behind us. And relax. And then hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can, trying to drive that foot through the floor, and relax. One more time, lift the right leg up, hands are behind us, back and body stay straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, pushing down on the right foot, hard as you can, push, 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 and relax. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Good job. That is a good exercise to do to help lift your knees when you walk. All right? Very important you lift your knees when you walk. If you hear your feet scuffing on the carpet, on the floor, that's a sign you're not lifting your knees. All right? And that's also a sign starting to make you into a trip hazard. You want to stay away from that. All right? So, pardon me? In your hip? Yeah, that's actually, it's a hip exercise. But some people, when they're lifting their leg, everybody's an individual and they all have, everybody here has lived in their body for many years. So, there's different things they may have been doing to their body shouldn't have been or whatever. But it's primarily a hip exercise. So you will feel it in the hip, but some people will also feel it in the lower back, sometime in the hip flexor, which is that muscle that sits right here. And when you push down, a lot of times you feel it in the glute. When that happens, although you'll feel all your muscles tense up when you do it. That's a great question. You want to stretch the hips out because in the latest work they've done with balance, they find people who can move side to side, essentially have looser hips, are able to balance better. So someone who can do this type of movement from side to side, they find that they can balance better. So I think they're now trying to figure out why that is. Though it makes sense if your hips are looser, you can probably balance yourself a little better. But that's a really, really good exercise to do. Okay, good question. All right, any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I cannot reliably answer that question. You'd have to ask a physical therapist better. What you're showing me is actually not a Tai Chi exercise. All right. So, and I don't want to answer that question wrong. Okay. I can tell you from my work with the body, I'm very leery And you've heard me talk about this when we talk about Tai Chi stretches. So when you do this and you push down, you really could strain or tear a muscle. So you want to be very, very careful with that. The Chinese would tell you that you would push down until you feel a stretch, and then you stop right there and breathe relaxation into the muscle. All right. Um, the whole theory is when you're young and your body is nice and supple, you can do that and get by with it. You may strain a muscle a little bit, but you're okay with doing it. As we get older, our body changes. We've abused our body, whatever it is, and you start pushing down and you can start tearing ligaments. And you're really working your back when you do that one also. But that's only the theory of stretching. That doesn't talk about that particular exercise. I'm sorry I can't answer it, but I would rather not answer it than answer it wrong. Make sense? Thank you. Let me say, you said that. Thank you. Good question, but I want to stay within my lane. All right. Any other questions? All right. Heel kick next. So 4 motions with the leg. This is a good leg strengthening exercise. So we're going to do 4 motions. We're going to lift the leg up, kick the leg out, heel kick. So push out on the heel, up on the toe, and then lift the leg back up. Keep that back nice and straight, and then float the foot to the ground. Not dropping the foot to the ground, but float the foot to the ground. If you're able to, punch out the opposite hand, all right? But you want to get the legs first, all right? Keep the back straight, keep the body straight, keep the big smile on your face, all right? Hands, come on, big smiles, right? It's either that or more dad jokes. I'll threaten you now. So sitting up nice and straight and tall, picking up the left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, let it hover there for a moment, and then float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out the left fist. Picking up the right leg as high as you're able to lift that knee, and then float the foot to the ground. Excellent. So we're trying to lift the knee as high as we're able to without leaning, all right? So you're not wanting to do this, you're not wanting to do this, but you're trying to lift that knee as high as you're able to and keep the body straight, all right? Pick up that left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. I had to laugh because you were waving. Yeah. So it was funny. I was like, I had everybody punching and you were like, it's like, I don't want to punch. I want to be friendly, right? I wanted to give a high five. One more time. Pick up that left leg, heel kick left, punching out right fist. Pick up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, heel kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Feel that one work on your legs? And we can keep doing it. All right, so we're going to do the same exercise, but do a toe kick where you're pointing the toe forward instead of pointing the toe up. Everything else is still the same. So you're lifting the leg, toe kick, lift the leg, set the foot to the ground. I highly recommend to my Parkinson's friends that when you lift the leg up, don't let the toe drag. Kind of pull the toe up and then flex the toe out as you kick out, and then pull the toe back up again because that's working the ankle just a little more. It's very easy to let the toe hang and then do the toe kick and let the toe hang. You're giving your ankle a little bit more work as you pull up with that, okay? You want to keep your ankles loose. You want to keep your ankles strong, okay? All right, hands loosely gripped at the belt line. Picking up the left leg. Toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, keep that upper body nice and straight, float the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist. Picking up the right leg and floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punching out right fist. Picking up the left leg, floating the foot to the ground. Picking up the right leg, toe kick right, punching out left fist, opposite hand. Picking up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. Excellent. One more time. Sit up nice and straight and tall. Picking up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right. Pick up that left leg and let it hover. Float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, toe kick right, punch out left fist. And picking up the right leg and then float that foot to the ground. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Quick reminder of that exercise. Yes, it's called a heel kick or a toe kick, but the real power of that exercise is that lifting of the knee. All right. And for instance, like if I wanted to kick somebody, I could do that and kick them, but it's hard to get any power when I do that. If I lift my knee, it becomes really easy to get power, right? Also, yeah, exactly. When you throw a ball, use your hips. Yep. So when you lift the knee, you're really working those core muscles. Okay. All right. Let's stand up. Let's do a couple ankle exercises. You guys are so excited. All right. Use your chairs. I want everyone to stay safe. All right. Weight shifts to the right, keeping a bend in the right knee, keeping the body straight. Left foot, touch heel, and then toe. Try and move that ankle as much as you're able to. Heel and toe. Keep all your weight right. Heel and toe. Keep the upper body straight. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Heel, and toe. And back to center. I almost feel like I'm country line dancing now. Weight shift. Come on, that was funny. Weight shift to the left. Bend in the left knee. Right foot. Touch heel and toe. Don't move the leg. Move the ankle. Heel and toe. Heel and toe. Use your chair. Stay safe. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe. Back to center. All right. We're going to do one more exercise and we'll call it a day. I'll quit torturing you, teaching you. We're going to do our forward backward exercise, right? Hokey pokey. Touch the heel in front of us empty with no weight on it. Touching the toe behind us also empty, no weight. All right. So I'm not doing this, shifting weight forward, shifting weight back. I'm not doing that. I'm keeping all the weight here as I touch the other leg. All right. I will have some of my students will float the heel and float the toe. So all the weight is on that other leg. Okay. So use your chair when you do this. Make sure you're keeping the body straight. So as I touch heel and toe, my body's straight. I'm not leaning backwards, leaning forward. Everybody did a really good job when they're stepping back. Leave plenty of space between your feet. So keep doing that. Only other thing, I love it when my Parkinson's friends do it. As you transition from heel to toe, don't just swing the leg through. Pick the knee up, touch the toe. Pick the knee up, touch the heel. See a theme? All right. Use your chair. Stay safe. Weight shifts to the right. Bend in the right knee. Empty left heel. And then we pick the knee up. Empty. Whoa. Empty left toe. That's what I get for trying to look around. Pick up the knee. Empty on the heel. All your weight stays on the right. Pick up the knee. Empty on the toe. Keep your weight right. No weight on the left. Lifting the knee, empty heel. Lifting the knee, empty toe. And we come back to center. Same thing, other side, weight shifts to the left. Empty right heel. Lift the knee up, empty right toe. Lifting the knee, empty on the heel. Lifting the knee, empty on the toe. Use your chair, stay safe. One more time, lifting the knee, empty on the heel, lifting the knee, empty on the toe. You guys are getting good. All right, back to center. That'll be enough today for this. Let's do our cool down exercise. So lightly punch or slap the inside of the arm. I know time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Inside of the other arm and outside of the arm onto the tailbone. Lightly punch or slap the tailbone. This is good for spinal fluid, good for the prostate, also good for the blood pressure. And then the legs. You got a lot of work on your legs. And I can give you more if you didn't get enough, right? Tighten up all those muscles in the body and relax. Tighten up the muscles and relax. One more time, tighten up the muscles and relax. And then gather chi. Big, deep belly breath in and long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So nobody said you've worked my legs enough. So if you want to work your legs more, you stand in you stand really wide and sink down low. They call this a horse stance. You'll last about 2 seconds in this, and your legs will start to shake. So you got to be really careful. But if you think I haven't worked your legs enough, now key is don't lean forward. Keep the back nice and straight. Okay, really loads onto the legs when you do that. Be careful with that because you can overdo it really, really fast. All right, all right. You guys have yourselves a great weekend. If you're a Cardinal fan, say hi to my nephew. I will be here tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We finish off the hour with meditation.